following in TNT and just following along with Tom. I know he's done a great job throughout the month of June and then rolling into July, and the track record is looking pretty darn clean. And looking forward to how this is going to be handled July 3rd. And I don't know, maybe even a little bit on July 4th. I'd say stay tuned. You never know. So should be a fun market environment. And good evening. All right, so let's see. I think what else we've got on the agenda. Certainly, I should remind you, if you want to keep in touch and see what's going on over the next few days, be sure and join the Telegram channel, dtitrader.com/Telegram, and also follow on YouTube, dtitrader.com/YouTube. And when you do that, you'll be getting updates from the man whose picture just popped up in the screen. How are you doing tonight, Tom?
I'm doing sort of good, Chuck. I guess that's the way you say it, but yeah, pretty exciting day today, and the night looks fairly good too because we're at the highs, and I haven't heard anything on the triple B yet, but I keep waiting for a news item to pop up. Has anybody here heard anything?
News I haven't heard. I think, like, if I was going to try and say why did the market climb up, I think it might have been that ADP number wasn't good, and I think a lot of traders out there are probably cheering for the economy to slow down a little bit to put pressure on Powell to cut rates. That's what I think was going on.
Well, he also announced the Vietnam deal today, trade deal, so that was positive.
Yeah.
And Oscar, are they voting right now? Okay.
Now, is that the vote on the actual bill, or is that the vote on an amendment to a bill? Because I've seen a couple amendments pop up.
Fox News. I'm not sure, Chuck. Oscar was looking at it.
Yeah.
I see. Who knows?
It'll happen when it happens.
I don't like this stage of it. Okay.
There you go. Claire is saying it's amendment voting. They'll vote on the bill tomorrow.
But no vote. Okay, question Greg asked. Very good question, Greg. Yes, it does count. Tomorrow is day 3. This will be day 3 tomorrow. Day 3. You know, and I'll just tell people this. You know, if you're waiting on a big event like this, the best thing you can watch, and Chuck will agree, is the S&P futures. Keep your eye on the S&P futures. You'll know way before they announce it with the S&P futures. Okay. Anyway, I think that that's happening, but that's the final peg that I said for my prediction. That write this down. If it does pass today or tomorrow, I looked at the calendar. It's July 21st. Write that date down. That will be the debut of T-Buzz the chimpanzee, if that occurs. Just put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar.
Okay, I have to ask this real quick. You aren't talking about a real live chimpanzee. You are not going to buy a chimpanzee on the company dollar, are you?
No. Adam got me one at Sawgrass, Chuck, because I was, you've heard it over the years. This market's so good, a monkey could throw darts and make money.
Yes, right? Sir.
You've heard that over. I know you've heard that over the course of your trading career and everything, and I have too. And I said, Chuck, the only thing I think the second half of the year will be the best in history has to be greater than 17%. I said that. But I said the caveat is they've got to pass this bill. Okay. If they get the bill passed, all the things will be in place. And there he is. He just popped up. That's an early sign. There's an early sign. Yeah, Adam made that for me.
That'll work. You just scared me for a moment. I know the way that you really enjoy certain things, and if you were really going out and getting a real chimpanzee, I was going to have to call your boss and tell him to rein that in.
Rein it in, huh? I hear you. No, but I die laughing every time I look at that. That's funny. But over the years, guys and girls, that's always been a saying. Anybody could make money in this market, even a chimp. Wall Street Journal for years has used that as sort of an analogy. That's what I'm expecting, that kind of year if we have it, iPhone says put T-Buzz the chimpanzee on MTI and see what it says. That's funny. Hey, folks, a couple administrative things. Chuck covered the hours. Tomorrow, market closes 1:30, right, Chuck? 1:30 tomorrow. And then I will have a master class on my advanced futures class. We'll do that at 1:30 tomorrow. And then Friday, we have our annual 4th of July. This annual, all right, it's about the 24th year I've done it. The 4th of July meeting will be at 11 o'clock this year. After this year, and every other year after, it'll be at 10 o'clock. We got to live with the 11 o'clock. That's where all the emails went, okay? And if Adam will take care of it, I'll buy him. Hey, Adam, you like animals? I can get you a chimpanzee. Anyway, you got to get that shirt, though. That shirt.
So one slight correction, Tom, because the equity market, the stocks at the NYSE are closing at 1 o'clock Eastern. Of course, as you know, futures always go 15 minutes after.
Right,
it's 12,
right.
It's 1:15 instead of 1:30.
No, I know, but 1:30 is when I got my my webinar tomorrow. I wasn't clear about that 1:30 on that. That 1:30 webinar tomorrow is for my advanced futures trading. And then Friday, okay, Friday, that is usually what I would call the webinar of the year on Friday. So you got to be there. 11 o'clock lasts an hour. How many years, Chuck? Ever since you've been with me, right?
It's been a while. I don't think it happened on the first year because we weren't really into the teaching at that point. But yeah, ever since we started teaching, I think that's the way that's been.
Right.
Another thing I'd like to point out for those of you who are going to be attending that webinar, there will be a live market. It just won't be equity futures. You'll have interest rates moving, energy is moving, grains. So really, the equity futures are the only ones that are doing that early close tomorrow. Everything else has pretty much a full schedule. So if you're there, there could be
right?
some.
Chuck, the unemployment number comes out.
Yeah. But there could be some trading opportunities.
I know, but is the unemployment tomorrow morning or Friday?
NFP is Thursday morning because it's going to come out with the equity markets open. They will not be opening on Friday.
Okay, good. Okay, I was just curious. Get that out of the way. It'll be clear selling after that on Friday. All my futures traders. So y'all got that to look forward to. But hey, Chuck, today I got to tell you, you know how we're at the start of the month. You know, I like the first 3 days of the month. You know that, right? And because it sets up the whole month. But today was just almost like a perfect day watching it develop. You know, for the last 3 days, Chuck, you'll appreciate this. I've had a pivot number of 62.45 for 3 straight days. Can you believe that? Three straight days, 62.45 has been my pivot, okay? Which has been sort of, interesting. And now we're at 62. Tonight we're at 62.78. We're at the high of the night. And as long as that thing's pushing highs like this, I would expect I would expect maybe they will pass that bill, okay? After the sausage is made or whatever they call it. Now, how many people enjoyed the class we had today we had a special class today, Chuck, during Genesis 11:30. And then we had a 3 o'clock wrap up. How many people enjoyed those two classes today? I thought it was pretty good. We got some good numbers. I got to tell you, Jonathan dug deep and pulled out some stocks that I'm going to be studying. They're right here. I haven't done the work on them yet, but he's got some good stocks. They all have weekly options, and I'm really looking forward to July. July has a history of being a good month. I guess you could say it has a history of being an up market for the last 10 straight years, Chuck. Did you know that? Last 10 straight years, July's been higher.
Well, it's not surprising that the month where you have the running of the bulls on the 7th, by the way, in Pamplona, remember that, right?
Yeah, I do remember. I was in Spain.
Yeah. So the month where the bulls run, yeah, that
Yeah,
fits. That fits. That makes sense.
but 10 straight years, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm so happy about tonight. Oh man. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some trades. We're gonna have the numbers we need, and we'll be ready to go. Okay? Ready to go. So let's get started, if we will. I want to thank Jonathan again for doing that extra homework for me, and also did it for me. You got it in the 25 tickers. We're broadcasting on YouTube. It'll be if you want to watch it again, it'll be immediately available when we finish. Be sure to join our YouTube channel, dtitrader.com/YouTube. All things will be normal tomorrow, except for the early close. Risk in trading. We were talking about past performances, not indicative of future results. And I said, you know, we were 92% accurate with our trades in May, and we're 100% accurate with all the trades we did in June. I guess that's true. Past performance is not indicative of future results. I know you never looked at it that way, have you? I had neither until today that came to me. Okay, I probably said that a couple 100,000 times since I've been doing this game of teaching and stuff. But past performance is not indicative of future results. It's a two-way street. For those that don't know me, I'm a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, been around a long time, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Love futures, came out of retirement 2 years ago, and I'm loving the new way with all the technology. I've worked with students since 1996. I would make a case at each of these 3 books. They were written around 2005, all have significance. You already go to Amazon and get them. They're called the trilogy, but all 3 of them bring something to the table that's still viable. That middle book, The Markets Never Sleep, was talking about today's action 20 years ago. You ought to read it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pull it out, the lessons in, work today. DTI, we help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. We do all 3 of those. I'm proud to say I think we've helped people a lot. I see posts from people all the time, students of ours, Carol, Kevin, a lot of people, Jim, Bill, all the people talking about what they've learned and how they've expanded their education where they can manage their own money. In my opinion, market set up to go higher. We still don't have official confirmation of that until we get past the big 3 days. And then the odds really swing in our favor. If we get through this number tonight on S&P, in my opinion, your next stop will be 62.85 on the E-mini, 62.85. Seven Sisters. This is the way I look at the world. Anytime I pick up a mouse and start looking at the market, so far, the mini's up 5%. NASDAQ is up 7% year to date, but the NASDAQ's been weak. It looks like it's starting to try to get some buying in it. In fact, tonight, the futures are back to even for the month. DAX is up 20%, been giving up a little bit. Gold is up 27 after hitting our record high of 35.09. By the way, that was telegraphed by me a year ago. Crude is down 6% and bonds are about up 1%. I'm looking for bonds to go really high the second half of the year. I'm just looking for lower interest rates as we go further into the year. My 10 tickers. You think about how valuable is it to show up on Sunday night and getting these 10 tickers. Let's forget everything we're talking about for a second and drill in on oracles. Everybody see Oracle there? The breakout number was 217.55. Oracle's at 231. 231. That is enough to make you want to come back and say, what's the next number? Notice that we're approaching the QQQ breakout number. The SPY is already broken out by 4 points, XSP by 2. How many people are taking advantage of this on Sunday night when I post these numbers? Tell me if you're taking advantage of these 10 tickers. I mean, it's so valuable. You got to be taking advantage of it. I do it every week. 3 to 4 of them normally hit during the week. And Michael's had a ton of money all day, JD, all the way to Bank by Claire. I love it, Claire. Junior says so valuable and using these numbers. And the TQQ is great. Sunday night special when I post this. And we now are including it for breakouts inside TNT. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. Did everybody know that message? That I'm starting to do options on these in TNT? So pay attention, folks. TNT just got more valuable. TNT is my talk and trade 24-hour deal, and that's it. Here's the 25 tickers. I'm just going to look at it and briefly tell you. If I look down this list right now, A&F is looking good. I thought Berkshire was looking good, but Berkshire fell out of bed today. Another month of correction, it looks like. Apple is the one that's sort of, putting the thing on fire. It's had 2 straight days of new highs on Apple. Circle is correcting. CoreWeave is correcting. Gold's on the bubble. Home Depot looks like it's a hot one this month. Home Depot. If you look down, Tesla's having a good month so far. QQ and SPY are setting up. Palantir is correcting. Looks pretty decent. Keep your eye on that TQQ. It might be a play. Here's, if you look at what led us last half, where they stand right now, this is the top of the class. Tesla, Apple, Oracle, and NVIDIA are at the top of the class so far. The rest of them are down further on the agenda. Does this sort of help lay it out for you, this little thing? I like this approach, don't you? Sort of puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Tomorrow is day 3 of July. We have the 3-day algo coming into play as we head into our annual July 4th webinar. That's got to get you excited. You know what happens after that? We lay low, we lay low, we lay low, we lay low, and then what do? We start attacking. So next week's going to be a big week, and Friday's going to be good if you're a futures trader, I think. Okay. Economic news, there it is laid out for July 3rd, Thursday. Going to be a busy morning with all that news being reported. Friday's the holiday, Independence Day. Equities close at 115. Energy, bonds, and metals have a normal day tomorrow. July 4th at 11 a.m. Don't miss it. Here's a question I asked today and told people I was doing this for all my subscribers that want to participate. Question, what can you trade in a retirement account? This is a question. Well, it actually depends on the broker you use. It actually depends on the broker you use. Are you allowed to trade options in a retirement account? Same thing goes. It depends on the broker you use. I had a broker at a bank, wouldn't let me do options. Are you allowed to trade futures in a retirement account? This is a concept. Used to cost you an arm and a leg, you could do it, but now there's a broker out there I really like. I got set up to trade futures in my retirement account at Tasty Trade. I think it's neat. So if you got the right broker, you can trade all three. And again, it depends on the broker you use. My strategy is to develop a second half plan. This is at no charge. I've been talking about it all year. The only thing I know to do to help anybody that wants to be helped is to teach and share and focus on the retirement money, provide an analysis of stocks that should outperform and tell you things that I'm interested in, and I figured out a way to do it. So if you want to participate, very simple. I'll put everything on the table, whether it's dividend payers, leaps, options, anything else available, because we can do it all at Tasty Trade. That's what I like, okay? This brand new Telegram channel will be opened up after I quit taking applications to be in part of this. It's no charge. You just got to do a couple things. Number one, you have to have an account to be measured. That's what I want to do. Let me explain what I mean. I want you to have an account, and I'm really talking retirement account here in general. This can be something else. That's up to you, but I want you to participate. I will be talking about retirement account because I really want to show you what you can do the second half of the year, and I'm going to do it at no charge. You just got to, if you will, be part of the way I do it. So it's very simple. And I want you to look at this email, a little confusing. Go to tbuztt@gmail.com. Send an email there, subject line, sign me up for the retirement account education. That's all I request. And get a referral link for Tasty Trade from John. He'll do that. He should have been sent, he sent some out already. I would open the account at Tasty Trade. Doesn't have to be your whole IRA, but open enough you got at least 27,000 in there where you can do day trades or anything else there, okay? That's the plan. Because I want to hear some good stories. We call them love letters. That's all I ask you to do. Get it there, Robin. Get it done. Go to tbuztt@gmail.com. I'm going to cut this off, I think, after tonight because I looked at people that heard me talk about it today. I hadn't counted the number, but we're getting to a point I want to cut it off. No charge if you're part of it. The email is tbuztt@gmail.com. Be sure to include your phone number because I will be calling those 50 or 75 people during the year. And this is a good way for me to get that list and establish a line of communication for you. Okay? All I ask you to do is shout it to the moon if I do my job and show you where to go, how to go, when to go, and take advantage of what I believe will be the best opportunity the second half year. Does this sound like fun? Not hard to be part. You got to take some action though. You got to take some action. Any questions about this? Okay. Now I want to introduce, I talked today, would you shoot a rifle or would you shoot a shotgun? And I said I would choose a rifle if I could hit. This particular afterburner, that's what you're looking at there, afterburner program is designed not for the typical 20% I typically do. This is designed for big trades. In other words, trades that produce. The first month was 40-something% approximately. The last month was 108%. Does that sound good to make a few targeted opportunities each month? Sure, Stan, you can, but you're going to be left out. You can't. I got other things I'm going to teach you. Let me introduce the afterburner. Let me come back here. Let me do this. Isn't that a cool logo? Afterburner alerts. It's focused on using afterburner to target years worth of buy and hold returns in a single month. That's what I do in this program. It's been tremendous. Jonathan's so proud of this because he did all the groundwork setting it up. In May, 43%. Anybody use extra 43%? That was in May. Look at what we did in June, 109%. That's equivalent of like 5 trades right there where I normally trade. Here's how it's going to work. Every month, we scour the markets like we're doing right now, looking for those launch pads, setting up stocks where Wall Street's putting their money. I figure it out. We'll send out the details in the alert. Everything will be right there in the email inbox, ticker symbol, entry price, target, it's all going to be there. Study shows that Walmart last September hit, it's set up. The launch pad formed. 3 days later, it was off to the things that followed. It accelerated. The afterburners were hit. A few days later, there it is. Afterburner alert. Pretty cool stuff. Straight up. We're using a rifle on this one. Take a position of these big movers. 90% winner by the end of the month. You see what I'm talking about? This is not my typical 20%, which I don't have a problem with. This is the big gun. I will show you these. It'll average anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 trades per month max, probably. Not a lot of trading, but good trades. Watching like a hawk for everyone that sets up. We'll take it when they set up, when the process says it. Don't have to sit around. You got plenty of time to get in and plenty of time to get out. Every single alert straight to your phone via SMS and Telegram. Got even Telegram channel for this, where you're at home, work, or on the go, you get it when it sets. You don't miss a thing. Look what February did on CRWD. Hit the accelerator, fired, off we went. Plenty of time, higher, and higher, a 40% gain on that one. $1,000 in each of those 2 trades. Two trades, 90% and 40. Wouldn't you say 2 in that month would have been enough? 140%. Not bad. Put a little extra money in, you could have made 2,612 just off that one. Still 1,000. Now, not every trade will work out. 2 or 3 of those trades per month get your attention. A lot of education goes into teaching how to do this, how to do it. You're going to need to learn this. That's me teaching. Pretty cool. I'll still be teaching. You know, I like to educate. This bonus, Afterburner Alerts Masterclass, gets you going. And guess what? It only happens after the 3rd day. This was dedicated to the 3-day algo to show how powerful it was. Pretty cool, huh? Everything you need to know, how it sets up, what to look for, which trades set up, when to get out or take profits or help cut the losses when they go bad. So much more. The masterclass is easily worth $497, but here's a few stories. Deb said, I'm very patient as I teach, and I want you to understand what we're doing. That's a little different than a lot of people. I don't want to just give you stuff. I want you to know why you did it, how to do it, or you can do it on your own. Look what Carol did. Carol's a star in her own right. Poster child of success, I told her. Poster child. Carlos, you met Carlos. He's been around, changing lives. Look what Daryl said. Great. Ed, longtime student, loves these events. He said, if you're going to be successful, you'll probably end up in one of my classes. Thank you, Edwin, for saying that. Who's going to be next? Well, I'm getting you set up. It's going to be an endless bunch of love letters with my plan. Take a deep breath. Look at everything you get when you join. Wow. This is education you'd pay a lot of money for. 1997. Make it easy. It's supercharged. You're ready to go into afterburner stage. Our customer service free daily is available. 11 to 1 each day. Customer service live. Questions you might have about your membership, trade alerts, one-click trading or more. If you have any questions, the very next stop. So we know it's worth that much. You saw that in 1 month almost, okay? But we're not going to price this one out of the ballpark. There's urgent reason why. See that chart right there? Hedge fund buying and that red circle, highest levels ever. We'll see even more Wall Street buying as we get after July 21st, which means never been better to target afterburner opportunities. So if you want to be part of it, which you should be, let me teach you how this works, and now you've got a process for your serious money to use. Become one of our founders at the discounted level, not the 1997, today. Oh, I like this. 777 for your first year. How about that, folks? Would you pay 777 to get education on how to be a long-term option investor? Well, now it's time to take advantage of it. Fraction of the normal cost. Powerful alerts. Don't sit on the fence. Won't keep it there long if these returns keep coming in. The classes are set up in advance. First, you go through our tapes, Julie, and then we'll put it on the schedule. Go to dgitrader.com/burn. or you can call 904-706-3532. I have Kelly Barber here tonight, Barber at DTI Trader. I have Andraka here, Andraka at DTI Trader. Got any questions, talk to them. 706. First alert will happen as early as next week. DTItrader.com/burn. Folks, it's simple, it's straightforward, great projects. 777. The team went an extra mile and opened up a 3-month access for 247. Okay. I just saw that, Jonathan. Thank you. Folks, come on board. I will be using these techniques in that earlier discussion with retirement money. We're going to have fun this second half, aren't we? You don't want to miss a trade. Let me ask you a question. Today I showed a full house and a deck of cards that didn't even have a pair. On one side, you got the odds in your favor. On the other side, you're throwing darts. I would say you got a chance here to really round out some of the training I've done, focusing on the entire month. What do you think? I love it. Any questions? Any questions at all? Feeling good? Come join me for this run that we're about to make. Afterburner alerts. We're not going to miss a lick. No, Steve. You can use anything you want to use. I don't want to tell you. I just prefer if you go to Tasty Trade, send Jonathan an email if you're part of my retirement account. Okay. I just prefer because I'll do the training from that platform. A lot to know about a platform, and I wanted to focus on the Tasty Trade platform this run. Plus, the commissions are low. I like that. Plus, the IRA, I was just shocked how fast they approved me for futures. That was just something else. Any questions? Asking now about anything. You can. I'm here. In review, send an email. The T-Buzz, TNT at Gmail if you want in on the retirement. If you get signed up for Afterburner, tell me you signed up for Afterburner. That helps me understand what you're looking for once we get there. Jennifer, that's waiting for you. You're such a great student. I'm going to get you there, okay? Is that okay if we get there? Oscar, I think you can. Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. Oscar's a gold member. Yes, I'm going to do options on the 10 tickers as well as the stock, Jimmy. Jimmy, where are you from? Tennessee. Anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 days on the 10 tickers. 2 weeks. Just another bonus, Oscar, another bonus. Hey, Alfonso. How's your young wife? Tell her I asked about her. No, Robin, you're cool. You're such a great student. That won't apply to you. You're cool, girl. Pete, that's a question for Jonathan, not me. I just worry about getting on the right side of history. Robin, I think Jeffrey's on this email. Put your phone number and we'll have him call you if he's not, Robin. Type your phone number in there. Yeah, I'm doing another advanced futures class tomorrow, Jennifer, at 1:30. I know, but we got to tell him if I send it to him. He might be traveling. Sure, Carolyn. Sure. We'll work with anybody's needs and help you any way we can. There's Andraka, probably on the highway right now. You know, my typical thing I do, I make 20 to 35% on most of the option trades. This program is designed to show you the power of the 3-day algo. Pretty special. Jennifer, let me just give you a little hint about trading. Chicken, fish, or steak, don't wait. You might learn something that really helps you. Any education you can get. That's my view. That's my view. All right, I'm gonna give you a number on futures. As long as it stays above 62, 64, write that number down. The market is sensing they're going to pass that bill. Okay? Might as well share some tape reading with you. Get my books, get on the retirement thing, get on this. Don't hold back, baby. We're getting ready to rock and roll and hit the afterburner. Y'all have a great night. Have a great 4th. I hope I see you on that July 4th date. It's just exciting, isn't it? To be with a great crowd of people. Tell your friends. Get involved. Julie, I'll walk you through it. Not, you know, I teach everything, all facets. I never leave anybody behind. All right, I'm going to go. Jonathan, thank you. Adam, thanks. Everybody, thank you. Chuck, everybody have a great 4th. And as I always say, I'll see you on the flip side.